It's Gurley power. It's the coach. This is the 2021 season on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Todd Gurley, fresh off a standout performance a week ago, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Los Angeles Rams. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. A few short moments ago, running back Todd Gurley trying to fire up the Ram faithful here in Southern California as his guys get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They're losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now it's Breida. And, right away, he lost the football. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Garoppolo. That's caught. It's Coleman. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Not the best of starts here. We know they're on a 2-game skid. 3 and out, that's not what they had drawn up.
Not even close, and now what you're asking your defense to do is pick you up. And they've had to do that, I'm sure, during this losing streak. Hopefully you've got one of those confident defenses that says, we'll take care of that. Hopefully you'll get back on track soon.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Let's meet the starting 11 on defense for San Francisco. And they're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
One thing you know they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
That'll go as a pickup of 8. On 1st down, it's Gurley. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 18 carries, 121 yards.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
16 yards, a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 16 yards, a first down.
Ready? 90
From the gun, Light. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Coleman now. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. It's brought in by Dodson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And he's got room. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. It's hauled in by Dodson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Here we go, here we go.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
21.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to Coleman. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Here we go.
Garoppolo again. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Henderson. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Back to throw. Light. Now the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Garoppolo now. Got the connection here to Bourne. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Rams to take over. They were losers to Philadelphia a week ago. Now they find themselves in the lead as they start this drive. A carry by Henderson to start the drive. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Light. He'll get that to develop the tight end. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing.
Looking to throw. Light. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He's got his man. This is Jackson. 18 yards, first down, Niners.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. This one complete to Coleman. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Here's Coleman, and he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Here we go, here we go.
On the draw play, Coleman. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? 2nd and 2. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, exit. Ready?
Operating from the gun. Light. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. And some concerns caused him to slip to the 5th round. I guess if you're him, the good news is you kind of flew under the radar. Maybe expectations are low. You can come in and prove something.
And a lot to prove because those off-field concerns that creep in on you want to prove that they're all wrong, that they don't matter, that you are a much better player than what people picked you.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
60 or. Check, 54. You got nothing left. You got nothing.
Now. On 1st and 10, Light. That'll be caught by Cup. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. He was going right back to Cooper Kupp, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Light. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5.
Let's go, fellas.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we will skip the highlight show this week, get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Henderson will try and run for the first. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Back to throw. Light. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw is Garoppolo. And his throw is going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Garoppolo, 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Holding offense.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
On second down now, it's Coleman. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down.
I got number 18. I got you.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Drops it off for Coleman. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Micah Kaiser was in on the tackle. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Again, it's Henderson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st down, Light. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. He'll find Everett there, complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2nd and 1. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Darrell Henderson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Zerline good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football. High percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. From the 25 on 2nd down, Garoppolo toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over, and they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Gerald Everett is tied in, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Light. Caught here by Conley. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Looking to throw. Light over the middle. That's hauled in by Cup. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Back to throw. Light. And he'll find his target. Woods. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun. Light. This will be caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very solid gain of 27. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. Looking to throw. Light. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Robert Woods his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the fourth. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now, it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doctson, and it's third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mikel Roby-Coleman. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Tighten down. There you go.
Operating from the gun. Light. Finding room to the 20. He'll find Lindsey here. And down to the 19-yard line. Give him 14 on the play. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Second down, it's Henderson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a first down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
They'll run here with Henderson, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Darrell Henderson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And thanks to the interception, the Rams offense cashes in for 6. And there you go. And oh, it's blocked. And the Niners have it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spent a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Garoppolo hustling him back to the line now. To throw is Garoppolo.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. It's hauled in by Doctson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll look to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. That's caught. It's Coleman. 23 yards on the play. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
Here we go. Black 80. 51. Let's go.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by...
And it's caught! It's a touchdown! So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. 2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. That time trying to find Gerald Everett. And that'll make it 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Light. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Eric Armstead in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And the Rams now coming out on the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Los Angeles, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.